What's this? A September Direct? What? This is insanity! Yeah, I knew this was coming. I knew this was coming, so much in fact, that I actually recorded all the audio yesterday, before they did the announcement. Yeah, I've got some huge eyes. But man, not only was like every single leaker saying there's gonna be one, like from the not reputable to the very reputable, but like, there's been a September Direct pretty much every year, excluding 2015, but I mean, fair enough. So yeah, sorry if the audio for the next bit is a bit weird compared to the audio now. It was recorded at a different time, you know, it was a different person back then, yesterday. Quick explanation for those of you new to this whole nonsense. I'm me. I make funny bingo board. Yeah. See, before I would make the bingo boards during the preamble direct bit itself, but then I realized it's kind of more fun to do it in this video way. Because then I'd be like, oh, put it there, bam! And also means I can have a little bit more time to draw the stupid little icons. As well as more time just to think in general of what to put there, which, I mean, you wouldn't think I had extra time though from some of the things I ended up bringing up. The previous Nintendo Direct, I ended up getting a bingo in. However, I did use a number of leaks for it. Also, they literally said that Pikmin 4 would be focused on, and I didn't put it in the free space, because why should I do that? I deserve a free space. So yeah, this time I won't be doing that, as past me will say. So yeah, that's all that really needs said now in this weird little pre-bit of the video, so let's just pass it on to past me. So, let's make this bloody thing already. Starting off, we have the middle space, which is of course going to be the free space, so we need to choose something here that is pretty much very likely to happen. Now, we could be boring and just put, ooh, the Mario Kart Wave 6, because that's definitely happening, but let's be interesting and instead put Wario. I'm definitely not just putting him there because I find the idea of such a money-loving individual being labeled as the free something quite funny. In life, there are 3 constants: death, taxes, and Mario Kart. Yeah, we're getting Wave 6 in this direct, whether you like it or not. I hope you like it, because I certainly do. I've decided that I'm going to put this in a place which cannot at all interact with the free space in the middle, just because I want to make this an extra hard bingo to get, make it really difficult, which is going to be needed because I'm going to be using quite a lot of leaks here. Yeah, remember when that one guy leaked Mario Bros. Wonder? Like, down to a T? Yeah. He's back, and better than ever. They have said a number of things, which I will be including on the bingo board here, but I'm going to be trying to make it so none of them line up with each other. Just, I want to perfectly balance this out with stuff we know is going to happen, and a bunch of guesses. That way, if I do receive a bingo, it'll be 50% stealing from leaks, and 50% my own ingenuity. So, let's start off with the Princess Peach game. This was announced in the previous direct, and, well, I say announced, teased, maybe? It's a bit more substantial than, like, the Metroid Prime 4 teaser, which was just a logo. But it also isn't, because we don't even know the name of this game yet. With the game coming out at some unknown point in 2024, I definitely think we'll be having a wee bit of information given to us here, and Funny Leakerman also says that's going to be the case. Let's put it up here. Speaking of things announced for 2024 in the previous direct, the Luigi's Mansion 2 HD remake. Now, this wasn't said by the Funny Leaker person, but we can assume it's going to show up, more than likely, because again, similar scenario, it's coming out next year, we don't know when, it's going to be here. Up you go. I feel very sorry for Donkey Kong fans. You know, they, much like the Mario and Luigi fans, haven't exactly gotten a game in a number of years. Which means that, when the funny credible leaker man over here said that we'd be getting a new one, people got very excited. Only for the same person then say, actually, it's a Mario vs. Donkey Kong with the minis, ahaha, which, the Mario vs. Donkey Kong series is alright. It's fine. I don't hate it, I don't quite love it. But it definitely was a bit of a punch to the gut to hear that we're getting one of those instead of a proper Donkey Kong 2D platformer, man. Or at least it would be if I actually cared about Donkey Kong Country. Look, I'll get around to it eventually, alright, but for the time being, just put the stupid mini Mario up there. I know, put it on that row. Next up, we have F-Zero. Yeah, you know the franchise whose whole thing is that it's dead? Apparently, there's something related to that coming. What is it? I don't know. Okay, well, we already knew about the Game Boy Advance game coming on to the Switch, but apparently there's something else, so, yeah, new F-Zero thing. It's wild to say that. And to be entirely honest with you, I'm thinking that the leaker guy threw that in as a joke. If I had inside information, I would use that to build up like a decent bit of reputation, and then just completely trick people with it. He's saying, oh yeah, no, we're getting Mario Odyssey 3. Yeah, no, definitely, yeah. Anyway, while I do have my doubts about this, I mean, they haven't steered anyone wrong yet, so chuck them on there. And now onto the final leak from this guy, which is a very interesting one because it isn't real. That is stuck. They said that there's going to be a remake of a DS game and a Wii game, and that apparently there's some sort of relation between the two. I don't know what they mean. How exactly are they related? Are they both the same franchise? Are they two versions of the same game, just on different consoles? Are they cousins? I don't know. One theory that I saw thrown about was that it is going to be Mario 64 DS and Mario Galaxy 2, which is quite an interesting one, I must say. Mario 64 DS being put onto a system which can actually allow for 360 degrees of movement would be pretty nifty, and Galaxy 2, as much as I prefer Galaxy 1, is still a pretty good game, and most of the work has already been done in porting Galaxy 1 onto the Switch, so why not bring it on here? Seriously, why not? So I'm gonna throw up a remake of a 3D Mario up on there. There you go. Put it right there. Because I'm not even sure if that's what they're referring to, if it's a Mario thing or not, but screw it. Yeah, that kind of works as a good transition back into the regular bingo board forming, which is just hopes and dreams and speculation and all the fun stuff. So who here is a fan of Fire Emblem? Come on, don't be shy, raise your hands. Nobody? Oh. Well, anyway, yeah, Fire Emblem, we might get something related to that. Maybe, I don't know. Plop it there. Being entirely honest with you, I'm not the biggest fan of McDonald's fries. A lot of the time, they just really aren't it. It really does depend on the place you go. Sometimes the fries are fine, sometimes they forget to salt them. Sometimes they're nice and salty, but they're all soggy and sad and depressing. Anyway, side order of fries, haha, clever joke. Yeah, I have a feeling we might finally get to see what in God's name the second half of the Splatoon DLC is all about. Look, the first half blew chunks. Like, oh, hey, look, you can go back to the first area, the first thing from the first game. Who cares? I want more levels in the single player. That's the only part of Splatoon I can tolerate. Where is it? The Mario RPG remake seemed like an impossibility. Everybody in the whole universe wanted it, but we never thought we'd get it, because Square and Nintendo hate each other very much, apparently. But yeah, we're getting it. It's coming out soon enough. I definitely feel like we're going to be seeing it in the Direct. Whether or not we're going to get new information on it, only time will tell. Maybe they'll go into detail about that new weird thing in the bottom left, or maybe they'll show any other new things about the game, like a new character or new area. I don't know, man. They might just keep the game the exact same, which I'd be fine with because the original game was pretty damn good. It's about time this spot got filled. It was really throwing off the whole image. Here is where I would be putting the Tears of the Kingdom DLC prediction. If we were getting one, yet it was announced recently that The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom will not be receiving any DLC, which I am fine enough with. The game is massive, comically so. Please, I beg of you, no more. I don't want to even smell a Zelda ever again. Goodbye. So, what do I put there in its place? I guess the Twilight Princess / Wind Waker remake port thingamabobs. Recently, I did a video on a bunch of 3DS games that I could see making their way onto the Switch, but being honest with you, it's more likely we're going to be seeing a couple of GameCube game remake remasters, whatever you want to call them, on the Switch, than we are 3DS games. So, yeah, let's put a couple of those in there. Luigi's Mansion 1. I love the game to bits. We're getting the second Luigi's Mansion game, plus we already have the third one on the current system, so it only makes sense that they'd throw the first one on there as well. You know him. You love him. It's Waluigi. Is he gonna be in this Direct? God, I hope so. I love seeing that man's face. Metroid Prime 4 is a game that we've known about since the start of the Switch, pretty much. And it's a game that our knowledge ends at the title of. Yeah, we know nothing about this game. At all. We saw the title. I mean, we also know that development restarted. Will we see it finally in this Direct? I mean, they dropped the first game on Switch, which kind of gives me a little bit of hope, so yeah, sure, Metroid Prime 4, totally getting it. Nintendo Switch Online is known for two things. Very, very shoddy internet connection, and, more importantly, funny fun way to play games. I definitely do think we're going to be receiving a little bit of information on Nintendo Switch Online here. Be that just an announcement of a handful of new games, or something else, like maybe a new system. Ooh, we're not getting that. Yeah, there's something's going to be here. Don't know what it is, but I don't need to know what it is because I'm just going to write Nintendo Switch Online thing. Ooh. For whatever reason, back in the day, somebody took one look at Mario and went, God, I want to see that man do sports. And now here we are with a bunch of different Mario sports franchises, some of which are already on the Switch, some of which aren't. One of the ones that aren't is the baseball one. I don't care for baseball, I don't care for Mario sports games. I'm putting it on here anyway, because it might happen. I would have no strong feelings one way or the other if it did happen, but it might. Chrono Trigger is still yet to crawl its way onto the Nintendo Switch, which is absolutely baffling. It's Chrono Trigger, it's one of the greatest RPGs of all time, blah 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 blah. Where in God's name is it? Well, I have a theory that they're going to be remaking it at some point, so let's just slap that on here. God, I hope they are actually remaking it. I am a big fan of the game. Professor Layton is a series I have absolutely no clue about. Who is this man? He's got a nice top hat. Yeah, we might see it again. There was one revealed a while back we've seen no further information on, so there's a chance. Boredom. A classic feeling we've all had the displeasure of feeling at some point. I'm putting it on there, yep, me being bored. Did it for the last two ones? Feel like I should do it here. Look, I know this is gonna be the third time I'm predicting this, but, alright, Nintendo knows people like the old Paper Marios, and they're putting the funny GameCube games on, like we saw with Pikmin 1 and 2, so it's not too crazy an assumption to think that maybe Nintendo are going to be releasing HD ports of some Paper Mario games. Yeah, we've already got 64 on the system. People want those in your door. Give them it. Throw in Super Paper Mario while you're at it. There it is on the bingo board. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, here's the part of the video where I talk about Mario and Luigi. Yeah. Look, what is there really to say? I desperately want a new one. I would love for there to be at least one form of proper remake on here. Nintendo, just give me something. That's all I ask for, man. I think that here is the perfect place to put it. I don't know, it just ties the whole thing together, you know? The Metroid Prime 1 remaster remake, I forget which thing it was called, came out, and people liked it a fair amount. I mean, it looked pretty nice. So it's not too far out of the question to assume that we'd be seeing a 2 being brought over. Personally, I might wait till that game's out for a while and then buy it, because I wasn't the biggest fan of Prime 1, and apparently Prime 2 is worse, so yeah. But still, there's a lot of people out there who definitely appreciate it, and with Metroid Prime 4 vaguely on the horizon, it only makes sense to bring it over. I'm a fan of 3D Marios. That's right, I said it. I like the 64, the 2 Galaxy games. I like Land and World and Odyssey and Bowser's Fury. There's no other titles to discuss here. Yes, it's been quite a while since our last 3D Mario title. Back in 2021, we had Bowser's Fury, which, while I did quite enjoy, wasn't a full-on title. It was its own little side thing on a proper game, and before that was Odyssey in 2017. So suffice to say, we are long overdue for a new one. With the Switch 2 seemingly right around the corner, just right around there. It's a pretty big corner, I know, but it's going to be right around it. We're probably going to be finding out what the launch titles for that is going to be, and you can't really go wrong with a new 3D Mario, you know? Unless you're Sunshine. They went wrong with the new 3D Mario then. There. Fun fact, I'm a fan of the Ace Attorney games. Nobody cares though. Yeah. There was a trilogy, remake, remaster, port, whatever you want to call it, thing announced a while back. It might crop up in the Direct, I forget when exactly it's releasing, but yeah, could show up, you never know. There. And finally, to end things off, for old time's sake, Pikmin 4. Pikmin 3 received a bunch of DLC back in the day, and while I wasn't the biggest fan of it, I mean hey, it's more Pikmin to play. Plus, if I actually went back to it now, I'd probably find myself enjoying it a lot more. See, including like the Dandori battles and whatnot in the main story has definitely made me more open to them. So I probably should go pick up Pikmin 3 again and go ahead and try with some of these. There. And well, there we go. That's a direct prediction for you right there. Yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed or want to come back to this video. Don't know why you'd want to come back to this video. Just kidding, yes I do, it's to see if I got any predictions right. Comment down below what you would have predicted, because, you know, we're different people, we have different working brains. Maybe you would have thought of much more original or much more correct things than I did. And if you've watched a couple of my videos to this point, or you're really excited to see how I react to the Direct, please do consider subscribing. I make content from time to time, and it's always of a decent enough quality. Right, bye-bye.